I saw this post, read it, and I've been contemplating on it, and I think there is much truth in this post than you will find on the major media outlets. You see, these people claim they are peaceful and all that, and they are for peace and they are tolerant and blah blah blah. But come to think of it, it seems some Muslim nations don't want to allow some Muslims, or let me put it this way, the richest Muslim nations don't want to allow the refugees from another Muslim nation to enter into their country. Actually, I've never really thought of that. I thought maybe, no, I've not really thought of that. But when I saw this post and a video I'm about to show you, I realized that no. You see, in this world, nations must understand that you can't help everybody, especially people who have a certain type of ideology about other religions. You can't really help them. Because looking at what is happening in Germany, London, and the whole European Union at large, what makes you think that wasting your time trying to help people who cannot be convinced, who cannot assimilate into other cultures, who think they are always right and people must bow to their religion, how can you incorporate these people into your society? I promised you I will show you a video, and this is the video.
Thousands of people gathered in Fujisawa, Japan, to protest the planned construction of a mosque near the Samukawa Shinto Shrine, which dates back to around 460 AD, with the proposed mosque set to be larger than the shrine itself. Residents have filed over 2,500 complaints, citing concerns about noise from the call to prayer, traffic congestion, and burial customs that conflict with Japan's cremation tradition. The protest was led by Kawai Yusuke and his Yamato Party, as Japan's Muslim population has grown from 110,000 in 2010 to roughly 420,000 today.
A lot of you will see this video and go like, oh, they're anti-Semitic, they are this, they hate us. No, we don't hate you. A group of people who cannot assimilate, a group of people who cannot go into another country and, out of humility, respect their laws and obey their rules and do whatever they must do in order to help that nation develop. But rather, they come in, they are humble at first. I won't say they are humble. They pretend to be humble at first. They pretend to be humble at first. And then as time goes on, they try to infiltrate into your political system, and they try to change your local laws. They don't start from the head. They start from within, the assembly election, area committee. That is where they always penetrate into the political, scene. And I believe the Japanese are smart people. They are very calm and very polite, but that does not mean they are weak. And I believe they know what they must do, because from the examples they have around the world, especially Europe, which I'll show you a video within a couple of minutes. Looking at that example, I believe they don't want to repeat the same mistake. They really don't want to repeat the same mistake. And this is the example by Takakao.
People here, they just came out of the dunes. There's got to be around 100 of them. And now a boat's going to try to come around and pick them up.
In a single generation, Europe has changed forever, more than it has in the last 2,000 years.
Whoa, easy. Whoa.
This is the result of decades of mass migration, and that migration has destroyed social unity. It's reshaped the cultures of Europe completely. It's transformed once beautiful cities into slums.
Como no me dejen entrar en Estados Unidos por tu culpa, te corto el cuello.
In many cities, natives are now the minority. This was not an accident, didn't happen organically, you're not imagining it.
But the police do that because they are working with the criminals, the one who smuggle people.
The governments of Western Europe and the United States and Canada, New Zealand, and Australia did this on purpose to their own people. They opened their border and they paid for the rest of the world, the third world, to move into their countries.
Whatever happens, happens, I suppose.
How exactly did they do that? Our cameras found out. We followed one of the deadliest trade routes on Earth, from Africa to the Canary Islands to Spain, France, ending in the UK.
This is what happens when you let a bunch of foreigners completely overtake your country.
Along the way, we uncovered the entire system of criminal networks, NGOs, and criminal governments coordinating together to destroy the West.
Every boat that arrives here, the mafia gets between 50 to 60,000 euros.
All played a role in this massive human trafficking scheme, moving people across borders to reshape the West.
Los personas aquí tienen trabajos o nada?
No trabaja.
Europeans are being replaced racially, spiritually, culturally in their own homeland, and so are we.
We inform them what to do and not to do, so they don't catch them there and they bring them back to Spain.
The only question is, will Europe awaken before it has disappeared?
Do you think we could get killed?
If not killed, at least you will get beat up.
Watch Replacing Europe only on TuckerCarlson.com.
I believe this is a special documentary Tucker Carlson is doing. From this summary, I have realized, and I know my viewers have also realized, that whatever was happening from, I think, 2020, right, up until now, was planned, was specially orchestrated to destroy Europe. You see, the truth of the matter is, the God of those people, of Islam, is the God of destruction. Plain, simple English. Anytime you allow them to populate any area, the whole area begins to deteriorate. Someone might ask, okay, then what about Dubai? What about Saudi Arabia? Listen, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, they are liberal Muslims. They believe in business, investment, cooperation, they believe in development. But a hardcore Muslim society believes in somewhat supernatural religious idea that makes them think that whatever they do to please their God, they will die and go and get and be handed over to 74 or 77 virgins. And before I end my video, I want you to listen to this from the horse's own mouth, from an Arabian, I think, ambassador who was being interviewed.
What kind of advice would you give to European politicians to maybe make sure that this ignorance doesn't continue?
We have a policy in Saudi Arabia of zero tolerance for extremists. If somebody is an imam in a mosque and is preaching hate and violence, they get dismissed. And I say to people in Europe, European country, if they're not a German citizen or French citizen or British citizen, deport them. That's what we would do. If they're your citizen, then stop them from preaching hate. But then they go into, well, no, we don't want to infringe on their freedom of expression. Well, it's either, if they preach, it's hatred, and if you stop them from preaching, it's, we can't do that because of freedom of expression. So then stop complaining.